Crystal? Jennifer, come on back. Alright, what I'm looking for here is for this temperature to get pretty warm. I want to see lots of big bubbles rather frequently like that. See that? See that? That's what I'm looking for. Alright, go ahead and add one of these chicken breasts to your pan. Skin side down. Skin side down. Alright, and then we leave it. Alright, so here's the thing. This is one of my humongous pet peeves in the culinary world. The most overused or incorrectly used term that I can think of in French cooking or in any cooking, Western cooking, is the word saute. Saute your fish, saute the chicken. A lot of cookbooks will say this is saute. This is not saute. This is searing. Saute means to literally jump in the pan. That chicken's not jumping, it's dead. So we're going to leave it there. When we're really moving around and sauteing, it would never get brown. And that's not what we want. We want brown, and we want all of the flavor at the bottom of the pan for that sauce.
And that needs time.
And that needs time. You can't do that without the pan. It's literally a relationship between the pan and the protein. For every bit of that crust that we're going to build on that skin, every bit of the crust we're going to build on that skin, we're going to build a pan pot at the bottom of the pan. So we need that. That's why you don't do this sauce in a non-stick pan. You want a stainless steel pan to do this in.
With cast iron?
Only if the pan, only if your iron pan is enamelized. You do not want to cook this sauce in an unenamelized iron pan. I have a boatload of acidic stuff in here. That acidic stuff is going to interact with your iron. It's going to miscolor your sauce, and it's going to change the flavor of your sauce.
So like, not like a Circulon or one of those?
I don't like aluminum pans. I mean, anodized aluminum pans. I generally just go with stainless steel.
And do you like the scan pan?
That scan pan is it's not the non-stick one. We don't carry it anymore. I'm not as big a fan of that one. I like the Mabiel myself. The Mabiel stainless steel. That's the one. That's what I use at home. There's better pans than the Mabiel, but for the price point, for the quality, it's in the same price point as All Clad, but it's a superior pan. So what you have though is like above that you have the DeMaio Atlantis pan. Very, very good pan. Best performing pans in the world. They're enormously expensive and they're heavier than hell. I mean heavy. Heavier. Paul over here would have a hard time tossing those pans. They're heavy. I can't toss them. Do I toss them? M-A-U-B-I-E-L? Oh, ooh, we got a little too much dark on there. That's my fault. Uh-oh, that's my fault. Okay, we can peel the skin off. Alright, go ahead and add those in the, put the chicken on here, on the pan right here. And I'm going to go ahead and turn this heat off for a second. There we go. I'm going to put the heat off, the pan down, just right there for a second. So that it doesn't stick to the bottom of my pan and then makes more work for my, got it.
And that's in the oven at what temperature?
I hate making more work for my kitchen assistant because then she hates me. I try to avoid getting her to hate me. Alright, so while I'm waiting for those pans to cool down, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hand out some these small little scan pans. This is where we're going to make our roux. This is a big pat of butter. And a big pat of butter. And when that starts bubbling, you're going to add this in, the flour. When that gets added in, you're going to take your wooden spoon and you're going to mix it all together until it makes a paste. And you're going to keep on agitating at the bottom of your pan until it turns a very light blonde color. water evaporating and going bye-bye. Now go ahead and add your flour and mix it all up really good. There you go.
We're doing last.
And that's going to be your thickener. All right, now this is part of where you want to learn. Not everything is by your eye and cooking. A lot of things that we're going to do are going to be by our nose. So you want to keep cooking it until you can no longer smell raw flour.
Did you add all that flour at the same time?
Yep. All right, yours should be good. That deep blonde color that you got going on, that golden blonde color, that's perfect. Okay, you can take that off the heat. We're gonna work on Noriko's a little bit longer.
What was the difference?
There, her burner's hotter than yours. Ooh. That's the hottest burner on the whole stove, that one over there. Okie dokie, now you got that nice deep color. We're gonna put that in the back there. All right, so now what we're gonna do is take this pan that has all that chicken stuff on there. Add the butter, we're gonna add one more butter in here. There you go, butter for you, butter for you. All right, as that butter bubbles, go ahead and add your mushrooms. No, that's got flavor.
Who's Chaussur? You're awesome.
I've heard that.
And you also chop mushrooms. Do you teach the knife skills class?
Sometimes, yeah. Not to brag or anything, but I think I'm probably the best with the knife in the around here.
No, he's not bragging at all. She said not to brag, but I'm the best.
Well, I started off apprenticing in Japanese kitchen, that's why.
Oh, that's
Ja-
what it is, yeah. And
Japanese.
where was that in Japan or?
No,
here?
that was in Washington, D.C.
Do you like the called shun or shoe knives?
No, I use Miyabi. That's my knife.
Like that's your,
That's a
if
knife
somebody comes
lady.
in, that's her.
Robin or something. That's my knife.
Oh, okay.
Okay, add your shallot.
Oh yeah.
Like $350, $400 somewhere in there. That's not what I pay for it though. I get a good discount. I get a good discount here. Yeah, you know, just a lot of everything. Everything from sushi, all of most of the classics. Omazaki style, kaiseki style. All right, now the next thing we're going to add is going to be our brandy. When we add brandy, before you add it, listen up. Before Listen up before you add this. When you're adding alcohol, you always want to step away from your pan and you want to add it from the side away from yourself. Do not ever put your face over this. Alcohol burns white hot, which means you can't see the flame. Now add your wine. Add your concentrated stock. Chicken stock. Don't use box stock. Box stock is the devil.
What do you use then? You have to make
Homemade
it
stock. Homemade stock. Make it yourself. Always make your own stock. I'm going to turn the heat up because now what we're going to do is reduce this down. We're going to reduce this down a lot.
So what's your focus now? Is it more generalist or
I'm mostly French. I jumped ship from French, from Japanese to French when I found out after a couple of years in Japanese that they didn't use garlic.
And is it kind of like starting from scratch then? Or? Yeah, that's what I think.
Although when I'm in a French kitchen, I'm almost always the one with the best knife skills. So. When I was working at the Mandarin, I used to make all of the amenities for the high roller suites because of my knife skills, making nice little fruit gardens and stuff like that, and plates to send out because I was heads and shoulders above with the knife skills.
What else?
Well, you just, in general, just the ability to do all the classic cuts properly, the ability to do garnishing cuts, which is not something that most French chefs are very good at.
Yeah.
By comparison, French garnishing is clumsy by comparison to Japanese. Almost cheesy. But the food is good.
Yeah. What do they do omakase?
What's that?
Do they do omakase?
No.
There you go. That's half the fun.
What's on the press?
That's a good combo.
Yeah.
Like usually you go to like a high-end, nice Japanese restaurant, you can say omakase and it's just price, whatever. It's usually whatever they're making.
So what we're doing here in the process of adding all of these pan fonts and all these general flavors and cooking things down is we're concentrating flavors. We're making the flavor more and more concentrated every time we add something, reduce it. Add something, reduce it. Because we want to take all those flavors and make them very, very intense. Sauces shouldn't be something you smother your meat in, but they should have an intensity of flavor so that you can use them sparingly. Intense, but sparing. We Americans, boy, we could screw up a dinner, let me tell you. We put too much sauce in everything.
Is this flavor from the shallots or mushrooms?
Both.
Smells so good.
Yeah, oh, that earthy, it's that earthy umami scent from the stock and from the mushrooms. And then we are getting a nice sweet smell from the shallots.
Like the word is very popular here.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. You know, MSG is an umami booster, and most people it got a bad rap in the 70s, MSG, and it was because somebody wrote something about what they called Chinese restaurant syndrome. In reality, no medical study has ever directly proven that MSG causes anything in human beings, and they've done hundreds and hundreds of medical studies. They have never, in double-blind tests, they have never been able to prove that the numbers are consistently greater out of people who eat MSG compared to the placebo. MSG, most people don't realize because of bad press, MSG is a naturally occurring substance in food.
It's in Parmesan.
if you like, it's naturally occurring in aged cheeses. If you like tomatoes, tomatoes are really high in Parmesan. Aged meat, super high in MSG because it's from the process of breaking it down and its own enzymes. MSG is everywhere. If people were sensitive to MSG as they said they were, they'd never eat steak, they wouldn't eat tomatoes, they wouldn't eat aged cheese, they'd be crap on a lot. So it's it's just this American syndrome where everybody has to have something that makes them sick.
Gluten.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, gluten though is different. Gluten is real. I know people who have celiac.
Some people, yeah, but that's like a fraction.
A very small fraction.
Yeah.
You're correct. All right, now it's time to go ahead and add your tomatoes. And if I was actually making this chaussure at home, I would put rosemary in it. But the recipe didn't call for it. I do too. I think in the chaussure sauce it's perfect.
What about sage? No sage in it?
No, not particularly for this one. Sage is would be more in a blonde sauce. Lots of Italian sauces though, sage and. All right, final step. Go ahead and add in your browned roux. Yep, go ahead and scoop it all out there with your spoon.
So is it actually a little bit good at this point, or what is it?
No, it's just that the flour has been awoken, so to speak. It's the heat and the liquid have kind of expanded it, and so it's starting to absorb the extra liquid in there. It's literally absorbing the oil. Okay, you can turn your heat off over there, Jennifer, and add your parsley. There you go. I'm turning yours off. I'm adding your parsley for you there. There you go. Excellent. Perfect. Alright, let me see what my chicken is doing, huh? Chicken. So the chicken has a ways to go. So what we're going to do is we're going to get started on our soufflés, and then once the chicken is ready, we'll go ahead and slice it up and sauce that up, okay? By the way, this is